Hey guys, once again, welcome back. What's up? It's Kulprit here, and I wanted to continue my conversation talking about game modes. Looking forward to Battlefield 4. In the last video, I talked about Headquarters. Headquarters is one of my personal favorite game modes. I just feel it offers a lot of variety, a lot of different situations, and things you have to make lightning quick decisions, which really force the player to know what the heck they're doing, and to kind of be coordinated. And the next game mode I want to talk about might be the most controversial, I guess. I don't, probably not, but it is a Call of Duty game mode, but I guess so is Headquarters. So, Hardpoint's relatively new game mode. I've only just played it in Black Ops 2, but I like the idea of, kind of defining this area that you have to control, you have to capture, control, and the longer you're able to do so, the more points you score as a team. We know in Black Ops 2, well, if you play Black Ops 2, they like to put this in kind of open areas, which I don't like. I would prefer if it was brought over to Battlefield 3 and then looking forward to Battlefield 4, the way I envision it would be really, it could be incredible, frankly. It could, I mean, if done correctly in the way I'm envisioning it, it could quickly become my favorite game mode. What I would like to see them do is almost make the hard point, not this little like checkered line on the ground, make it a building. So envision, SEN crossing or a strike a car can or one of those buildings is the hard point. Whatever team can get up and get in there and defend and captures it, gets the points. It's up to the other team now to get in and fight its way in, clear them out, and break the scoring. It would preferably be, obviously, buildings that have multiple entrances. Think of J building maybe on Sen Crossing. If you guys don't know, it's kind of the building that kind of is in a J shape by the staircases by, I think, is it the A flag? I'm not sure off the top of my head. Most of you should know it. It's like the triple level one. You can go in through a window, you can go in through the door, a couple other entrances would be ideal. And if you're putting this game mode into a game like Battlefield 4, you have time to make these kind of arrangements. Another spot that I think would be cool, and even though I said not in the open, I think it would have enough cover to be fun. Like, think of, again, we'll go to Sen Crossing. Think of, the bridge, like the bridge over the river, that was made of hard points. Now, you and your squad, you have some minimal cover. You have those roadblock, concrete divider things and some sandbags. You have some minimal cover, and you're trying to hold this bridge, which we all know bridges tend to be tactical, strategic points that you want to hold and defend against the other team that is just wave after wave trying to fight you off. I just think there's so many possibilities that it would be incredible. The Aftermath maps, again, there's so many buildings on those maps that could be used. Points like that. You could use the checkered line approach that COD does for certain areas, like I said, the bridge or Caspian border, maybe one of the hills, almost like a King of the Hill type of thing, which is another game that would probably be pretty cool. But I would like to see it more slanted towards a building. Like here's a pivotal building. Here's a bridge. Here's you could use, if you're gonna go Carg Island or something like that, an area in the shipping containers. Give the defenders an advantage. They should. They're defending. They should have a little bit of a cover advantage kind of thing, and it would force the attackers to use different things. Now, ideally, for this to really work and be the way I want it, I would like to see things in Battlefield 4 like, flashbangs, concussion grenades, things like that, which, as you're breaching into a building or a staircase or into some containers, that kind of thing, you have just another item in your repertoire that you could throw in and help you breach that door, gain a little bit of an advantage, and get in without just getting mowed down by a prone LMG guy kind of thing. It would obviously would have to limit some of the destruction. You couldn't just have people just level the building clearly. But I think, again, car can maps, like that main building, that overlooks the B flag, that has like the 5 levels. You can make that, a building like that with maybe an alternate entrance or two. Another really interesting idea would be, with the hardpoint system, again, do it in close quarters. I feel like some of these game modes that I'm talking about would really add some life to close quarters. I just don't feel like the game modes they ship with close quarters work with close quarters. But I feel like something like this, you could do a room. Just make the room the hard point. And we've seen some videos of guys doing like the zombie hordes, and where they literally go with their little squad of 4. They hide themselves in a room and they play 64-man close quarters, and they just defend that room as long as they can until they die and have a lot of fun doing it. I've played it a couple times myself. This would be along the same lines. You don't have to play it on 64-man close quarters, but just think about it. Certain rooms on some of these little maps, or certain little areas that you could just occupy, hold, and defend against the other team's onslaught. To me, that's when this game really shines. When you have very, I don't want to say black and white, but determined roles. One team is a defender, one team is an attacker. The problem I have with Conquest in a lot of these maps is that it just seems like everybody's attacking. Nobody's defending anything, because it makes more sense to just attack, secure a conquest point and move on to the next one, capture that one, move on to the next one, capture. Nobody stops to defend. That's why I tend to gravitate more towards rush. There's a clear role of a defender and attacker. We all know sometimes being an aggressive defender is a better idea, but you know there's pretty much a really good solid idea what every team's role is. So and when you take it and you throw it into a headquarters game, or in this case a hardpoint game, where that can flip on a dime, I think that just adds so many more layers to strategy and tactics. Where 1 minute you're attacking, now you've captured the hard point. Now we have to, all right, support, drop some ammo. You know, a couple guys get Overwatch on some windows. Guys go to this door, to that door, to that door. And let's just wait, because they're coming. They're going to come with RPGs. They're going to come with flashbangs. They're going to come with smoke. They're going to try all kinds of tricks to breach our doors, or maybe, you know, what is it, spawn beacon up on the roof, kind of, you know, parachute onto the roof. These types of things, you got to get creative. You got to think out of the box. And I just think it would add such a different element to what we're typically used to in Battlefield, be it the rush, the conquest experience of, you know, running around capturing points. I want to get away from the running around. I want to almost, let's play this mode of, you know, I've captured this point, now I have to defend it from their attack. I think it would really help teams that are coordinated and communicating and almost have kind of rehearsed strategies would really shine through, and it would cause a lot of coordination, which is something obviously we all know that Battlefield 3, especially on pubs, lacks. You're never going to fix that. Public servers and games and matches are always going to be chaotic, and you're always going to be screaming at people because they're not playing the objective. But I think if you leave the layers there for people that want to experience them, I think that's why, you know, Squad Rush and people that play it with friends and squads love Squad Rush. But if you just jump on a Squad Rush pub server, it's incredibly frustrating and it can be boring. But if you play it the way it's meant to be played at another level of coordination and teamwork, it's a fantastic game mode. And I think that's what these would be as well. Once again, guys, let me know what you think. I'm going to cover a couple more game modes as we go forward. I'd like to hear what game modes you guys would like to see. And if I agree with you, I will talk about them as well. What would you think about a game like Hardpoint? Especially one used to kind of delineate buildings. As you know, you have to capture this building and hold it for a minute, whatever the case may be. Let me know what you think. And once again, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have a good day. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.